Good afternoon. Thank you all for attending our 2019 Police Week Memorial Ceremony. To kick off today's ceremony, I introduce Police Director Kenneth McCormick.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy signed a proclamation declaring the week of May 15th Police Officers Memorial, and the week in which it falls is this week for Police Week. Together, we come in part to give remembrance to our brothers and sisters who were sworn to protect and to serve and paid the ultimate sacrifice. For their service, we thank them and we honor them. Some of you will be receiving awards today for heroic acts or going above and beyond the call of duty. I congratulate you for that. All of you deserve thanks for each time you report for duty. I apologize here for the wind. Policing has changed since most of us entered this profession. It used to be that we chased the bank robber or responded to the bad accident. Today we're seeing tragedies such as our religious institutions being attacked, parkland shootings, things that each day you read in the paper you can't think it can get any worse, and you see more tragedy. So our nation has changed, and hopefully we can get through this and become a better nation. No matter the challenges all of us receive, you continue to serve as law enforcement professionals with dignity and pride. Again, I thank each and every one of you for your service, and God bless you. I'm proud to be a part of this organization.
Thank you, Director. For our opening prayer, I introduce our police chaplain, Father John Polyak of Our Lady of Peace Church. There is a rumor that this may be the last time Father John joins us for this ceremony. However, I'm going to try my hardest to bring him back in future years as well.
Ken McCormick complained about the wind. I'll take credit for the weather. And for next year I'll do something about the wind as well. But this could have been Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. But last night I went to my church. I said my prayers. I lit my candles. I got you this beautiful day. You're welcome. But seriously, today we meet here from all sections of our community. We all wish to honor all that is given to us by members of our police service. We stand here truly in humble gratitude. If the words, no greater love does one have than to lay down one's life for a friend, if those words be true, then equally true are the words, no greater love does one have who is willing to lay down one's life for a friend. Indeed, blessed are the peacemakers. These men and women in blue are a unique breed. Most ordinary people work through the ordinary things in life, but police work entails the extraordinary things of life. For us, it's business as usual. For officers of the law, nothing is usual. For men, business attire is a jacket and a tie, and for women, a suit and heels. For police work, business attire is a bulletproof vest, a shield, a gun, a nightstick. The last things we would take to work, but the first things on their mind. When we come home from work, We take off that jacket and that tie, that suit and those heels. For police officers, when they put on that shield in the morning, they never get to take it off. For us, the bumps and the bruises of life are just about a skinned knee or a cut finger or hurt feelings. For them, it's a major altercation that has just escalated and is in need of some backup, or sometimes a major crisis in a person's life, or maybe even a person's life. They bring order to an oft-times dysfunctional world that we live in. These are men and women who deal with life in its extreme. In a sense, they oftentimes live our nightmares. And when we're plagued with a nightmare, we can always say, this is not real. Police work asks the question, can this be real? And so, Lord, we ask you to give them courage to carry on, the strength to be able to protect others, the dedication to keep our community safe, the concern and compassion for those in need. Be with them always, Lord, in so strong a way that even when they are alone, they will not be so. I often wonder where the strength and the patience comes from people who do police work. They seem to be able to pull from within themselves the words, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, yes, sir, and no, sir, and they keep their emotions under control, when perhaps they would like to say, you knucklehead, why did you do such a thing? But for all that they do for us, we are truly thankful. Amen.
Thank you, Father. I now welcome Principal Mike Neller on behalf of the North Brunswick Township High School Student Government Organization. As has become customary, Principal Neller is delivering flowers to the monument on behalf of the student government.
Thank you. It's a real honor to be here today, not only as the high school principal, but as the brother of an active duty police officer in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I can't be with him today. So it's a real pleasure to be able to be here with the North Brunswick police officers. As a longtime member of this community, I have known many of them for many years, and I just can't thank them enough for the service they provide this community to keep it safe, to keep the high school safe, to keep all of our schools safe. It's a real partnership that we have with them. They respond at a moment's notice, and they're always there to support us. And I just want to thank them for their service. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I welcome Council President Amanda Guadagnino on behalf of the Mayor and Council.
Hello. Thank you everyone for coming. We in North Brunswick have an amazing police department. They are brave, supportive, dedicated, strong, and they are here for us, for you, for everyone in our town, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They deserve all of our respect and gratitude, and we thank them for all that they do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our guest speaker today, Prosecutor Andrew Carey.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is my absolute honor to be here once again on this beautiful day. I was out with our SORT team this morning, our special operations team, at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was pouring, so thank you for the sunny weather there, Father. It is an honor to be here again, as we are here for Police Week, where we remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, and we honor all who proudly serve. Specifically in North Brunswick, I know the job that you guys do. You do a great job. You had over 80,000 incidents last year, 26,000 of which were calls for service. You have an incredible number of vehicle crashes, and you've made over 1,200 arrests. That's a lot of arrests per day. A lot of your crime stats are down thanks to you. You service a large and diverse community, and you do it very, very well. We all know in law enforcement that most of your job has nothing to do with enforcing the laws, but instead serving the community in so many ways. You do a great job of interacting with the public. You are asked to do more and more, and you step up every time. Whether it's CPR, AED, administering Narcan, dealing with folks with mental issues, dealing with the very young, the very old, those in the schools, you do a very good job. You have risen, and even when it comes to cameras, what do we know about North Brunswick when it comes to cameras? We know that the police and fire will work together. We know that you will scale a building to the second story to save somebody. We know that you will risk your own safety to pull somebody from a burning car. We have learned a lot about North Brunswick with body cams and MVRs, and that is that you do a great job. It's nice to see the family and the friends that are here to support you, and I join them in their mission because my job is the same, and that is to back you up. So whatever I can do, please let me know. Please take care of yourselves, your body, your mind, your soul, and if there's anything I can do to back you up, please let me know. Congratulations to the award recipients, and God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate your support, sir, time and time again. We'll start now with our Police Department awards for the calendar year 2018. First off, letters of commendation. Based upon the drastic increase in heroin and opiate drug abuse, officers have been armed with Narcan, an opiate antidote to combat this national epidemic. You have all successfully utilized Narcan to reverse the effects of heroin or opiate overdoses, saving the lives of the user. The following officers are receiving this commendation. Officers Travalos, Kenneth Riley, Anthony Pinizzato, William Benora Jr., Detective Kerry Schutz, Officer Sean McCrory, Officer Christopher Fernandez, Officer Timothy Riley, and Officer Christopher Trokovich. If your names were called, please step forward. The next award goes to Patrolman Zachary Tevely. Please step forward. On August 26, 2018, you observed a male subject working at an establishment as an armed security officer and posing as a retired police officer. You approached the man and began to talk with him. As you continued to speak with him, you began to doubt these credentials. In the end, you took the man into custody for false credentials, impersonating a police officer, and illegal firearms possession. The weapon was safely recovered, and the man was jailed. You are receiving this Exceptional Service Award for your efforts. Officer Konstantinos Travalos. In August of 2018, a male individual was wanted for sexual offenses that had occurred within the township. While off duty and at St. Peter's Hospital, you recognized the wanted person from an email that was issued by detectives. You immediately notified the on-duty detectives and maintained visual contact on this person while he remained at the hospital. Detective units arrived, contained the man, and took him into custody without incident. You are awarded this individual citation for your efforts. Next award. Sergeant Frank Vitelli. Patrolman Matt Workman. Patrolman Ryan McMillan. Patrolman Konstantinos Travlos. Patrolman Darren Carroll. Detective Robert Powell. Detective Rich Dela Cruz. Detective John Struskowski. Detective Badaway, and Lieutenant Myron Cox. On January 31st, 2018, multiple units responded to an armed robbery in progress that was reported by a victim that was able to escape. Multiple suspects had barged into the Hawaii Spa and assaulted the victims with force, a stun gun, and knives. As officers arrived, all suspects fled the business on foot. There were several foot pursuits, including one in which a suspect vehicle attempted to run over officers. Another foot pursuit went to Route 1, where officers caught and subdued one of the suspects on the center median while traffic continued by. This suspect continued to fight officers all throughout his time on the highway. All suspects were eventually taken into custody without incident. You are awarded this unit citation for your physical and determined efforts. A life-saving award for Patrolman Craig Pormilli, Patrolman Timothy Riley, and Patrolman Anthony Pinizzato. On October 10th, 2018, you responded to a report of a woman unconscious within her vehicle. You arrived and in a team effort, confirmed the emergency, removed the woman from her car, began CPR, and utilized a defibrillator. The woman's pulse was restored and she was transported to the hospital by EMS units. This woman survived this incident thanks to your actions. These officers are awarded a life-saving award for their prompt and professional efforts. An Exceptional Service Award to Patrolman Fedor Salvador Romero. On February 17th, 2018, you conducted a motor vehicle stop for a violation that you had witnessed. During your roadside investigation, your observations gave you the belief that there were illegal drugs within the vehicle. As you arrested one of the occupants, you also discovered a loaded handgun on his person. The motor vehicle stop led to multiple arrests, as well as the discovery of drugs and that weapon. You are presented the Exceptional Service Award for your diligent actions. Medal of Merit to Patrolman Joseph Grasso, Patrolman Jason Valise, Patrolman David Inkel, Patrolman Renee Gordon, Patrolman Darren Carroll, Sergeant Eric Geipel, and Patrolman Sean McCrory. Officer Grasso serving on the Honor Guard today. On December 8th, 2018, you responded to a reported structure fire within the Governor's Point complex. Arriving to find the building already heavily involved in fire, officers began making attempts to get to every unit to evacuate every residence. During these evacuations, a couple and their 2 grandchildren were found to be stranded on a second-floor balcony. Officer Grasso climbed that balcony, removed the children, lowered them down to other officers. The couple was then also lowered down to officers below. You are awarded this Medal of Merit for your courageous and life-saving actions. A Medal of Merit for Patrolman Anthony Torres. On October 24th, 2018, you came across a motor vehicle accident that had just occurred. You immediately stopped to assess the situation when you observed that one vehicle had gone off the road, struck a tree, and the engine compartment was on fire. Upon further investigation, you found 2 female occupants, both unable to get out of the vehicle. Noticing that the fire was quickly spreading, you assisted one occupant from the vehicle, then cut the seatbelt and pulled the second female through the driver's window, dragging her to safety. The vehicle was consumed with fire moments later. Officer Torres is awarded this Medal of Merit for his prompt and life-saving actions. Officer Alex Obando, and Officer Joseph Grasso. On April 30th, 2018, you responded to a pedestrian struck that had occurred in a store parking lot. The female pedestrian had been pinned between two vehicles and was suffering from a significant leg injury and bleeding. You kept that situation under control, applied a tourniquet to the victim's leg to stop her bleeding until she could be delivered to the hospital. You are awarded this life-saving award for your quick and decisive actions. Bear with me, this next award, there were several officers involved. Officer Cagney Smith, Officer Christopher Fernandez, Officer Anthony Torres, Officer Cal Hibbets, Officer Fedor Salvador Romero, Officer Adrian Ailey, Officer Christopher Folletta, Officer William Trammell, Officer Javier Gonzalez, Detective John Hanrahan, Detective Rich Dela Cruz, Sergeant Daniel Pasfume, Sergeant Eric Jacobson, PST Kelly Cronin, as well as the Middlesex County SORT team. On July 4th, 2018, you responded to a reported armed robbery at a distribution facility in which the security guard was taken over and injured before calling police. Upon your arrival, multiple suspects fled, leading to a lengthy vehicle pursuit and eventual foot pursuit of one suspect, while searches were coordinated for all the remaining actors. Thanks to your efforts, all suspects were taken into custody and all weapons recovered. This was an attempted heist of approximately $1 million worth of product, all which was recovered. You are awarded this unit citation for your outstanding actions. Officer Robert Matei, Sergeant Eric Geipel. On July 16, 2018, you conducted a motor vehicle stop. This stop became a roadside investigation based upon your observations. During the stop, a quantity of drugs and 2 loaded handguns were recovered. 1 adult and 1 juvenile were arrested and charged with these crimes. You are awarded this Exceptional Service Award for your diligent and professional actions. Officer Jonathan Kelly. On November 12, 2018, you responded to a report of a woman choking. The woman became unconscious and stopped breathing during the call. You arrived and successfully performed the Heimlich maneuver, clearing the woman's airway and allowing her to begin breathing on her own. The woman was transported to the hospital for evaluation and survived the incident due to your actions. You are awarded this life-saving award for your quick and professional actions. We also have a civilian award being presented to Justin Scruggs. Is Justin here? Come on up, Justin. On November 1st, 2018, your mom was sick and fell. She continued to fall several times and could not communicate to you on how to use the phone. As an 8-year-old young man, you did a fantastic job calling 911 and giving all the necessary information to dispatchers. Because of the great job that you did, your mom was able to be located by the emergency services and ended up being okay. We are thankful for your help. You are awarded the Civilian Award for your great work. I now welcome Mayor Mac Womack to say a few words.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to be here. Join members of the council, council president, Father John, it's good to see you. Police officers are role models when we're kids. And now I realize, now that I'm 62, when I come to work and I look for the kind of person I would like to be, I find it down here on the police side. I find their ability to go about their work day after day with courage and conviction, and most of all, for the men and women that I know in this department, their character inspires me to continue, even at my age, to try to be a better person and follow the example that I see set by the officers here in North Brunswick, and by certain 8-year-olds that we have here in town as well. I'm grateful to be able to be associated with the men and women of this department, and very grateful that you represent the people of North Brunswick. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I call upon Lieutenant Michael McGinn to read our police poem that's inscribed on our monument behind me.
Thank you, Captain Holberg. Policeman's prayer. Part of America died. Somebody killed a policeman today, and a part of America died. A piece of our country he swore to protect will be buried with him at his side. The suspect that shot him will stand up in court with counsel demanding his rights, while a young widowed mother must work for her kids and spend many long, lonely nights. The beat that he walked was a battlefield too, just as if he had gone off to war, though the flag of our nation won't fly at half-mast. Till his name they will add a gold star. Yes, someone killed a policeman today, in your town or mine, while we slept in comfort behind our locked doors. A cop put his life on the line. Now his ghost walks a beat on a dark city street, and he stands at each new rookie's side. He answered the call of himself, gave his all, and a part of America died.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Officer, attention!
Next up, retired Sergeant George Himmel to read our Police Department honor roll.
Honor roll. Lieutenant Stanley Weiss, Sergeant Aldebert Zarda, Sergeant Stephen Smith, Lieutenant Anthony Ciazza, Sergeant Bernard Omrinsky, Sergeant Donald Jack Ralph, Lieutenant John Nastas, Detective Howard J. Susan, Detective Robert C. Barron, Captain Willard E. Myers, Sergeant Kevin McNamara, Detective George Saloom Jr., Patrolman Emil Plukta, Lieutenant Christopher Zerby, Patrolman Thomas Zabo, Patrolman James H. Wright, Captain Melvin A. Hoiberg, Patrolman Kenneth Hoffman, Sergeant Robert C. Ruvalo, Chief Carmen Canastra, Lieutenant John Giorgiani, Lieutenant William A. Urchek, Lieutenant Gene Kelly, Detective Ralph J. Mulhern, Lieutenant Anthony Ingandella, K-9 Corps, K-9 Gus, K-9 Odin, and a line of duty death, Patrolman Robert Heacock. On October 2nd will be 35 years that we lost Patrolman Heacock.
Thank you, Sergeant.
just bow your head with me? I feel like we should pray for courage. Not the kind of courage for danger, but just the kind of courage for doing the everyday task. Courage to believe and courage just to keep going. Father in heaven, you know all and reign forever and ever over everything and every situation. We ask that you bring us peace. When we are overwhelmed, we ask that we have so much to do that we don't know how to accomplish it all. Help us to release the burdens that preoccupy our minds and come near and grant us peace. Thank you for your faithfulness, for hearing our cries. Amen.
Thank you. This concludes our service for this year. I would like to thank the officers, honored guests, including members of the mayor and council, our clergy, the Junior Police Academy, our fellow emergency services, as well as the Green Turtle, who is sponsoring our event today. As well as the guests that came out to spend your time with us, we appreciate you. As our officers conduct their walkout and the Middlesex County Pipes and Drums plays us out, I'd just like to thank you one last time for attending. Thank you.